Welcome to the Too Busy to Eat show. I'm Greg Zafflato, the host of this show. I'm also the founder of Too Busy to Eat, the protein bar company. Before we get to our fascinating guests, I want to encourage you to go to our website, toobusytoeat.com, and check out our protein bars. Now, these protein bars are made with grass-fed whey protein, natural nut butters, very simple, clean ingredients, good for the whole family. If you're an exercise fanatic, you can eat them. If you're a kid on the go, you need a snack at lunch, you can eat them. You're for a mom trying to get from one place to the other, they're good for everyone. So try them out. And if you want to get 20% off, if you want to try them, use the coupon discount code TBTE show, TBTE show. And the discount box when you check out, and that's 20% off. It's a great deal. Check them out. All right, now for our guests today. So bear with me. Pronunciation is going to be rough. Olena, I got that down. Olena Osipov, okay? Olena is a fascinating lady. She is originally from Ukraine. That's why I messed up her name. But living in Canada now in Vancouver. She has the website ifoodreal.com. She does a tremendous job of making the complex world of nutrition simple and easy for a busy, on-the-go person. She has a blog that shares recipes on and tidbits on how to feed your family, feed yourself in a busy life by simple things that you might not think of. So she does a great job of helping you along that path. So I want you to hear from her, and let me stop rambling and let's get to the show. Well, welcome, Olena. I'm so excited to have you on the Too Busy to Eat show. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So I love what you're doing on your website. It's when I went through your website and kind of studied what you're doing, it's like you're making the complex simple and digestible. No, pardon the pun, but you're really making it understandable. So why don't you give us a little background? I mean, you had a journey to get to where you are. I read about it, but why don't you let us know a little bit about what took you to where you are now?
Okay. So I grew up in Ukraine, and our food was very simple. And then I immigrated to Canada about 17 years ago. And coming here, you just go to supermarket and you kind of think, it's just like home. You just buy what you see and that's it. So that's how we've been eating, I would say, processed foods a lot. I would say 50%. And then I had my kids. I had my first one, and then I had a second one. And after a second one, I ended up with about 50 pounds of extra weight.
Okay, yeah.
So that's when it clicked that something is wrong. So I started working out, and the trainers were saying that you have to eat this and this and this. And I started eating better.
Right.
But it has been about, I would say, 5-year journey to where I am at now. I started with high protein, low carb diet. Of course, I lost a lot of weight. I lost all my weight.
Yes.
But then I turned to clean eating because I was just looking for a balance.
Okay.
And this is when I realized that healthy fats are okay and complex carbs are okay. And right now we do clean eating about, I would say, 80% of time, and 20% it's life. We do what we can. We have 2 kids. You have to stay sane. But what I noticed, if you eat clean all the time, your taste buds clean up and you don't crave any bad food, and it's really easy to maintain it. And if sometimes I want like ice cream and it has sugar, it's not a big deal. Right.
Because if it's so strict, it's really hard to maintain. So you have to have a realistic approach to it.
Yes. And that's where I've been with high protein and low carb diet. It was unrealistic. It was a diet.
Right.
And that's why I like clean eating, because it's a lifestyle. It's not a diet.
Yes.
That's sustainable.
A lifestyle. I like how you put that. I mean, it's a life. It's not a diet. It's not a plan. It's life. And that's how we're going to.
You don't count anything. You don't calculate. You don't think like it's draining.
Right. Yes.
It's draining to do that. Honestly, I watch all these diets. It's just, how do you live a busy life,
Right.
like any family has, and do all of that. Of course, people fail.
Yes. And then they beat themselves up because they can't maintain this idealistic life or diet. And it's a failure upon a failure. Yes.
Yes. And then we have social media that is flooded with unrealistic expectations that everybody thinks that's what they should look like. And nobody can achieve that because it's unrealistic. And people feel bad and guilty. And it's like a vicious cycle. And I would say it's like an eating disorder or something like it's bad. And I've been there and it's not pleasant.
Yeah. When you get bombarded with images of what people are presenting, because everybody will, they'll go to the extremes to present the best possible picture of themselves, even photoshopping the picture, everything just to make it look right.
And posting the best picture. But anyways, I think people should realize that 6-pack is not natural. It's not natural for our bodies to have a 6-pack. It's attained by diet and exercise. And it's something like if somebody wants to have that and compete and just, it's like an achievement, but it's not. And that's what I was after, and I could never get it. And of course, and as soon as I realized that this is not what my body is supposed to look like, and life became very simple after that.
So how did iFoodReal.com come to existence? I mean, what part of that, your journey is that?
That's, I started iFoodReal.com after I had my second child.
Okay.
And I started to work out and lose weight, and my husband, who is a web designer, he said, why don't you start a blog? I'll design a blog for you.
Perfect.
And, it's going to cost you nothing. And then we didn't have money. And that's how I started. And it was good. Yeah.
So have you done that same, because that was 2011, right around when you started? 12.
End of
Okay.
2012.
Yeah. Okay. And so what was your thought starting that?
What was my thought?
Yeah.
Why I started?
Yes. Why did you start it?
I started to share, what I knew.
Right.
Because back then there was less blogs than 2017. And honestly, to make it my full-time income. If I could help people and at the same time stay home with 2 kids, bonus.
Right.
So
that's
honestly,
great.
That's why I started.
That's fantastic. And you're helping lots of people. What are some of the rewarding things that you've experienced over the years doing your blog?
Oh my gosh, the most rewarding things are comments and emails when somebody, and usually it's a mom, young mom, middle age, in 30s, with kids who says, thank you so much. We have completely revamped our diet and we eat so healthy now. And I don't hear about diets. It's just the nutrition overall. The whole family eats healthy and they're happy and they've experienced numerous health benefits. Like those comments and emails are the best.
Oh, absolutely. That's great. Yeah. Cause like I said, you make it people able to do it. They're able to follow it.
It's simple. Yeah, it's not counting anything, no special equipment, no special ingredients, because there are a lot of like I understand there are so many superfoods and good for us ingredients, but they are not affordable for everyone. Right. And they're not available to everyone. Right. And an average mom works today. So when she gets home from work, the last thing she wants to do is something complicated. Right. It has to be fast and it has to be simple. Yeah.
And that's what and so if somebody went to iFoodReal.com, what are they going to find?
Simple recipes, a lot of one pot, one skillet, slow cooker meals. I am a huge fan of pots. Yeah. Pots make a lot of food with leftovers, and it saves you time and prevents you from eating processed food.
Right.
And it's mostly, I would say, my cuisine is North American with Ukrainian flair.
Right. Yes. Yes. Well, it blends in both of your lives. I mean, two parts of your lives. Yeah.
Yeah. Just using whole foods and clean ingredients.
That's fantastic. So what have you found? Because I'm always interested in this, and this is selfishly because I have two kids, close to your age of your kids. I have a 9-year-old and a 12-year-old. Okay. And we, we do, I've been in nutrition for a long time, and I focus on that, but it's still, I won't say a battle, but it's still a challenge because of the busyness. My wife has a business. She does this and that. And I have my company, and it's really busy. So that's where we struggle. So where have you found your success in getting your kids healthy food, but in a busy life and doing a lot of different things?
For the kids?
Yes. Yes.
Well, my philosophy, feeding kids is very different from typical North American philosophy.
Yeah.
This is how we grew up. You sit at the table, the plate is placed in front of you, and you don't leave the table until it's empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there is no excuses. And if it takes you an hour to eat it, you just spend an hour at the table.
That's it. Yeah.
And if you don't eat it, you just don't eat it, and you don't get anything else. Right. And it worked for me. Kids fight and they don't like everything, but I can say I am willing to work with a few little things that they don't like. Let's say they don't like mushrooms or cooked zucchini, or sweet potato. If there is 5 items, I won't force them. Right. But everything else, you don't leave the table until you finish. I cooked it. I went and worked. I made money. I spent my time cooking it, and this is what you eat.
I love it because that's our same philosophy, and we love it. And I know it's different than a lot of people, because a lot of people will make one meal for the kids and one meal for them, and
which is mind-blowing.
Really hard. Yeah,
to me, it's mind-blowing. Why? There should be. There are parents and there are kids. We're not friends. So there should be respect for my time, my effort, and everything. It's hard to raise kids, especially in North America. It's hard. It's very demanding, and you're on your own.
Right.
You have to be a perfect parent. You have to take them to Disneyland. You have to be sensitive and understanding, and you have to feed them, and you have to drive them to a bazillion of sports. And you have to have a life for yourself and hopefully maintain a healthy marriage.
Right. And you don't want to add multiple meal preparations. Well, that's what happens is the processed food slides in because it's easy. And easy.
And kids will eat it. It's easy.
Right.
Yeah. But it's not much harder to make food at home. And this is why I like large pots.
Yes.
I make 4-quart pot of soup that can last us 2-3 days. And it's delicious.
Right, right.
It's so good for you. And it's cheap.
Yeah.
And I always have food on hand. Of course, if I start making zucchini chips from Pinterest, they're healthy, but they're super time consuming, and there will be nothing left after one setting.
Yes.
So you just have to think what you're making with a lot of leftovers.
Yeah. That is fantastic. And that's the solution is you make large amounts. They eat what you eat.
Yeah.
And we just, and you go from there. Do you, what about, this may be off a little bit, but I just, for lunches, what do you do for the kids? You use leftovers or? Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. We use leftovers. We have thermos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's a lot of hot lunches.
Right.
I just reheat it. I don't even own a microwave. I just reheat it on a stovetop and just pour it in. Yeah. We do wraps.
Yeah.
A lot of vegetarian. And I'm not a fan of deli meat for many reasons. Mm-hmm. So we do vegetarian wraps. Sometimes I make organic mac and cheese boxed.
Yep.
That's their treat. And it's still kind of okay.
Right. Yeah. That's realistic. Yeah.
It's realistic. Exactly.
Yeah.
But mostly it's leftovers.
Yeah. I love the fact you don't have a microwave. That's a great.
No, I don't. No.
That's amazing. That's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think
50-50. I know there is 50% information that it's okay for you and 50% information it's not okay for you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a guinea pig. I don't know what's going to be in 20 years. I grew up without microwave and I'm okay not using it.
Right. And the way you cook and the way you present your meals on your website and to people is simple. but like you said, batch cooking, big pots.
Yes.
So that's great. Yeah. Now, what have you decided? So you got 2 kids, you have a business, you have a busy life, but you fit in exercise too. You talk about, I know you say, 80%, I agree 100%. 80% is diet, 10% is genes, but 10% is exercise.
Yeah.
And you talk about your exercise and your journey a little bit. What is that to you now? What do you exercise wise?
It's a very interesting journey. So I went from exercising 5 days a week. I completed Insanity, which was absolutely insane. Insane. So I did that. I did numerous workouts 5 days a week. I was leaner, but I don't do it anymore.
Right. Yeah.
I found a balance. My favorite exercise right now, honestly, in the last 2 months, I like walking.
Yeah, it's the best one.
It's great. Like, it's such a stress relief. And endorphins are released the same as running, like fresh air. That's my favorite exercise. I even did an experiment. I quit drinking wine last month for a month.
Right. I saw,
just to clear my system and to clear my mind. I was having sleeping issues. Yeah. And I decided I'm not going to drink wine for a month. I'm going to eat what I want. I mean, still clean eating, but if I want an ice cream on the weekend, I'm going to have, organic ice cream or coconut ice cream. Yeah. And I'm not going to work out. I'm just going to do what I feel like. And you know what? I lost weight.
That's great.
I lost like 3-4 pounds doing nothing, just going for walks, just enjoying my life, eating what I like.
Right.
But the main thing was I was not drinking wine, which is empty calories. And I wasn't working out. So you can drink wine and work out 5 days a week and you will not see the same result. So one more time, it's all about food.
You're right. That's another proof that the 80-20 rule is
and exercise, it's good for health. It's just good for health, but I don't think it's necessary for weight loss.
Right. And walking, I mean, I mean, people have all different, levels of interest in exercise, but if you have to do one thing, I mean, that's what you would recommend. I mean, at least walk to get.
Walking is great.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought why in Europe people eat like Greece, Italy? Greece yesterday, Greece. Like, if you look what people eat, it's like bread and cheese and everything. Have you seen how skinny they are?
I know.
So we don't move enough.
Right. Walking is great. Yeah.
We sit at the desk, then we sit in a car or the train, then we would drive everywhere. We don't walk enough.
No, I agree 100%. I think that is the key. Yeah. If you to simplify a busy life, like what you're giving everybody is perfect.
I just think people overcomplicate things. And the reason why they do that, because there's so much information out there that they get bombarded with. Right. And I think it's insane to live this busy North American lifestyle where you have to make money. And it is a race after $1 and after materialistic things. And on top of that, you have to follow some diet. And on top of that, you have to work out and go to the gym. Gym takes like hour and a half time, off your day. I don't have that hour and a half. And it's just so much stress. So do what you like. Like my husband, he loves gym. He loves to work out. Yeah. He goes to the gym during his lunch hour downtown at work. He loves it. Yeah. Perfect. I am at a stage where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I like walking, and that's what I do.
Yeah. Well, see, I mean, I've always found that the key to longevity in exercise is finding something you like and that fits into your lifestyle. Yeah. When you try to make it fit, it doesn't work.
No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Yeah. No, that is all of this is fantastic because you talk about making the complex very simple and very easy to absorb.
Life is simple.
It can be, but we complicate it, like you said.
We complicate it. We're our worst enemies.
And so if you would boil it down to some key principles to nutrition and exercise, what would those real simple principles be?
Listen to your brain. Like, if you eat clean and whole foods and real food, there is no reason why you shouldn't eat a piece of slice of whole wheat bread or sourdough bread. if you feel like it, if that's what you feel like, why not? And why can't you eat it at 6 p.m.? So your brain knows and your body knows way better what you need than any calculator, MyFitnessPal or something.
Right.
Don't calculate calories. Just eat what you feel like, as long as it is good food and whole food.
Yeah.
And just go with your flow, like if you feel tired, don't go for a walk. But if you feel like, your body will tell you, don't force it, and it will all come together.
Yeah. Right. And try to make, like you said, make the complex very simple. And at least, what would you say, like, what would you give that person that is, let's say the person that is not doing anything, not in shape and eating really bad, what would be the first steps for them, like on their journey towards better health? What would you suggest for them?
Go to iFoodReal.com.
Yes.
Pick a recipe that you think you will like. If you like chicken, pick chicken recipe. Go get ingredients and start cooking.
Yeah.
Just cook it. Just make it and start slowly. Don't beat yourself up if it is 1 meal a day, 1 meal per week, whatever. Just start and you will get there.
That's great. And just start. Yeah.
Just start. But just start doing it, because many people talk about it, but they don't do it. Just start doing it. Try it. It's simple recipes to follow.
That is fantastic. That's great. Yeah. Anyone. Yes, it's right.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone. It doesn't have to be magazine quality. I think magazines make it so complicated. Yeah. And when I read cooking magazines, I go, whoa, this is hard.
Well, if you're like me, I look at I have tons of recipe books and this and that, but I'll open it and look at it and there's like 30 ingredients. I'm like, no way. I'm not doing this.
No way. Like some spices, like there was one, even like simple sauerkraut. I was looking at sauerkraut recipe online, and sauerkraut essentially is just cabbage and salt.
Right.
This recipe had caraway seeds and juniper something.
Okay.
Something
hard to find. Yeah.
I have no idea what that is. I know that my grandma and mom made sauerkraut with salt and cabbage for years. So I know caraway seeds and juniper something are not necessary.
Yeah. So just keep it simple.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for making the complex world of nutrition and exercise, really making it really simple, because you are what you are teaching and what you're sharing on iFoodReal.com is things that can be used by everyone to really change their lives. And I just want to thank you what you're doing, because that's making a huge impact.
Oh, no, thank you. I hope I help people make a difference. And if it is even 100 people, it's great.
Yes, but it's a lot more than that than you're reaching, which is great.
I hope so. I wish people left more comments or emails.
Well, now they're going to. That's a challenge from this podcast and show, is that you're going to go to iFoodReal.com and you are going to leave Olena some comments. That would be great. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And I just look forward to my family jumping on and grabbing some recipes. Awesome. I'm excited about it.
Okay. Thank you, Greg. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.